So over the last 5 or 6 years, there's been one basketball player who's kind of jumped in and out of relevancy constantly, and that is Tacko Fall. When he was in high school, obviously there was things viral going around about him. Every time he had a good game, a lot of people would be talking about him. Then he kind of just went under the radar, and the same thing would kind of happen every single year. So much so that there was so many "where are they now" videos from people that didn't really know what happened to Tacko Fall because they hadn't heard about him for years. And now, more recently, since he played against Duke and had a really, really good game, and has also had quite a good year in his final year in college at UCF, more and more people are making videos about this guy, talking about this guy as a potential NBA prospect. Some thinking he could be a really good NBA player. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about how good are they actually. I'm going to be doing it on Tacko Fall. I'm going to be talking about how good I believe he is, whether I think he will have a good NBA career, and what I think the outcome of his basketball career will be. Before we get on to the video, I'd just like to say we are literally 1,000 subscribers right now away from hitting 100,000. So my goal is to get it by this day next week, by next Sunday. That is the goal. And I will upload a video today. I'll try to get a video up on Tuesday, another one up on Thursday. So the plan is 3 videos in the next week. And if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe because we are so close to 100,000, which is like my biggest goal on YouTube. But anyway, now let's get on to the video. So if you guys don't know, Tacko Fall is a 7'6", 300-pound center who plays for UCF. He's actually declared for the NBA draft multiple times, but pulled out, and he was allowed to go back into college because obviously he didn't have an agent, and it's something that players are allowed to do now, which I think is really a positive. If you're looking at mock drafts, he's either a really late second round pick or he's projected to be undrafted. So first of all, I'm going to talk about his strengths. Obviously, the first strength of Tacko Fall is that he's 7'6". Obviously, he is a giant. There's been no 7'6" player in the NBA since Shawn Bradley. And Yao came into the NBA at 7'5", and I think his official height was 7'5". So whatever about Yao being sometimes listed as 7'6", sometimes 7'5", he's the tallest player since Shawn Bradley pretty much to be in the NBA. His finishing around the basket is quite good. Obviously, he has a plus 10-foot standing reach, so he can pretty much stand and dunk it. So anything around the rim, he's going to finish quite well. He's also, as expected, a brilliant shot blocker. As you guys saw from the Duke game, as you guys have seen if you've watched any of Tacko Fall this year, he's one of the best shot blockers in college basketball and is averaging nearly 3 blocks per game in only 24 minutes. Shooting 75% from the field and also averaging 7.6 rebounds per game for a solid team. However, 2 years ago, he did average 9.5 rebounds per game and almost the same amount of points while shooting only slightly worse from the field. So this actually hasn't been his best year of college basketball. 2016-17 was his best season, but obviously he did have a really solid performance against Zion Williamson and Duke, so he's kind of fresh in a lot of people's heads right now. He also moves really well for someone that size. I know obviously his athleticism and his foot speed will be a downfall for him at the next level. However, the fact that at 7'6" he's that mobile is crazy. You've seen guys like Rob Bobrovsky who can barely walk. You've seen Sim Villar who really struggled. However, Tacko Fall, while he's not incredibly mobile, for a 7'6" player is very mobile. And now we're going to go on to his weaknesses. He's obviously got slow foot speed. In college, you could get away with it a little bit because UCF a lot of the time put Tacko Fall on the other team's worst offensive player. As you guys saw against Duke, he was put guarding Trey Jones and he just stood in the middle of the key, which is something at the NBA level he probably won't be able to do. The centers are too good, the guards are too good. There's very few players in the NBA that you can treat like that. He's also a terrible free throw shooter. And I don't mean like bad, like Lonzo Ball bad around 50%. He is a 36% free throw shooter. Like he's Andre Drummond at his worst from the free throw line. He will be the worst free throw shooter in the NBA if he does get drafted and become an NBA player next year. He also isn't a great passer out of the post, and his post game is really just dunks around the basket. Doesn't have much of a low post game. At the same time, being 7'6", you can shoot hook shots over pretty much anyone. So how good is Tacko Fall actually? Obviously, he's an exceptional basketball player. However, with the way the game is going in the NBA, with the speed the game is being played at, I'm not entirely sure what type of a role he's going to have. If this was 20 years ago, Tacko Fall would without doubt be a low lottery pick and would without doubt be a first round pick. However, in today's NBA, there's not that many super tall players. that aren't freak athletes like Porzingis, and there's a reason for it. It's just that the game's become too fast. The shooters have become too good, so that a lot of the times teams can just go with 5 shooters against someone like Tacko Fall, and he'll be rendered absolutely useless on the floor. Shooters are too good, the game's too fast, the players are too athletic, that someone of his height really doesn't stand much of a chance of being an NBA star. Whereas 20, 30 years ago, Tacko Fall could have honestly been a complete game changer at the NBA level. Tacko Fall could without doubt be a star in kind of slow down tempo of European basketball. The European game is an awful lot slower, there's an awful lot less possessions. You won't see games with people scoring 130, 140 points. The games are shorter, and I could see him without doubt being a star. Even being a EuroLeague level player, he could be a complete star overseas, and I honestly think that if he is really interested in having as good a basketball career as possible, that's probably the best route for him if he wants to go and make a lot of money out of it. However, in the NBA, a lot of people are saying he could have a Boban Marjanovic role, but I think that his athleticism is a lot less than someone like Boban's. Boban is really solid, one of the highest PERs in NBA history. I think he could have a kind of lesser Boban role. I think in the NBA, Tacko Fall is a player who could play 6-7 minutes a game, and to be thrown in like 1-2 minute spells at a time to block a couple of shots, to get a couple of offensive rebounds, and just change the way the team plays, change the way the other team has to play, get the other team out of rhythm. They are constantly getting to the basket, and I honestly think that he could have a role on an NBA team. Do I think he could have a major role? Do I think he'd be a starter? No. And I think as time goes on, he'll be even less and less likely to be a major contributor at the NBA level. However, do I think he could be an effective player? Do I think he could be a guy who gets on the court for an NBA team? Do I think he could be a guy who has, if he stays healthy, a somewhat long NBA career? Yes. Because I believe there are situations in every single game where having someone like a Tacko Fall on the floor can be massively beneficial. And while those situations may not happen in all 82 games in every single playoff game, those situations may happen in some pivotal moments of big games. And I honestly think that he could be a kind of 5-minute a game impact guy in the NBA, and I think that he could definitely be a player on a good team. However, do I think he'll be an all-star? Do I think he'll be a star in the NBA? I highly, highly doubt it. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.